I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born, not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists.
In the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from struggles of former years.
I believe to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging.
For I know the joys and discomforts of agriculture life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny.
I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure.
And in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil.
I believe in less dependence on begging and more on bargaining, and the life abundant and in enough honest wealth to help it make it so for others and for myself.
And less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me.
I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task.
Welcome to the 92nd Annual Sycamore FFA Banquet. Thank you for coming or tuning in to this year's banquet. This year has had many unexpected turns, but your support for our members is very much appreciated. Banquets are a time for us as a chapter to celebrate the achievements from the year, and we are very grateful to still have the opportunity to do this year. This banquet would not be possible without the support from the administrators, tech crew, our advisors, alumni, and families. Thank you again for your endless support. Much love, the 2019-2020 Sycamore FFA Officer Team. The banquet hall will now come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Sycamore FFA chapter. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers and determine if they are at their stations and report back to you, Madam President. Sentinel. Historian.
Stationed by the quill.
Why by the quill?
Tradition and history are a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of association achievements and promote excellence through highlighting activities, events, and accomplishments so that our state membership is motivated by our past successes and looks to future achievements.
The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that they are welcome at all times. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
Stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform that every man, woman, and child should know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the states of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the states of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
And why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 55 members present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities, responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Sycamore FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or any other matters which may properly be presented.
Everyone in the Sycamore FFA chapter will receive a membership certificate to acknowledge their active membership for the 2019-2020 school year. We have 55 members this year that are active in school and 1 member who is a graduate member pursuing their American degree. As I read your name, please come forward to accept your certificates. Please hold your applause until all names are read. Trevor Blanken, Jordan Block, Madison Block, Gus Cambier, Sam Carlson, Lucas Carrier, Mason Clark, Brandon Kuhn, Lorelei Darlick, Hannah Ekstrom, Molly Griffey, Daniel Grimm, Will Haas, Cheyenne Judd, Jolene Judd, Emmy Kuhn, Maxine Lathrop, Josh Lindgren, Caitlin Oldham, Brody Fund, Ellie Rothenbach, Aiden Satera, Riley Strathman, Joey Ward, Sarah Ward, Kylie Watry, Miranda Wilbur, Heidi Wood, Allie Yoakum, Danny Young, and Rhonda Ziegler. Please give them a nice round of applause.
This year, Mrs. Pointer had the opportunity to teach middle school 1 hour a day. This is a great way to get middle school students interested in agriculture and FFA before they enter high school. The students in her class had the opportunity to join FFA a year early if they wanted to do so. These students took advantage, and we enjoyed having them throughout the school year. These students attended meetings, participated in community service, and CDs. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate of Discovery membership and your Discovery pin. Ellie Rockenbach, Madison Block, Jolene Judd, and Danielle Grimm. Sorry. Please give them a round of applause.
The outstanding Discovery member goes to an 8th grader who is active in different parts of our chapter events this year. 8th graders are invited to participate in CDEs, meetings, community service, and FFA week. The 8th grader who wins Outstanding Discovery member attended a section event this year, which can be scary. Ellie Rothenbach stepped up and joined us at a Good Times shelter for the Section 6 kickoff. This was not an easy feat, and we are so proud of Ellie for taking this risk and giving it a try. Congratulations, Ellie, on the Outstanding Discovery member.
Mr. Treasurer, I have the applications of 16 students enrolled in agriculture education who are candidates for the Green Hand FFA degree.
Our Constitution outlines minimum requirements for this degree. All candidates must have satisfactory plans for programs of a supervised agricultural experience and have met all other minimum requirements, which include basic knowledge of the FFA organization. These students will need to strive to further develop their abilities through active participation in the FFA. The FFA organization practices agricultural leadership, citizenship, and cooperation. We welcome those green hands to please come forward and stand in front as you are presented with your green hand pins and certificates. The reporter will now read the names of the successful candidates.
Gus Cambier, Lucas Carrier, Mason Clark, Brandon Kuhn, Will Haas, Caitlin Oldham, Brody Fund, Joey Ward, Kylie Watchery, Allie Yoakum, and Daniel Young. And your guys' pins are on backup order. Let's give all our green hands a round of applause.
The Star Green Hand Award is given to a first-year member or members who have performed an outstanding job throughout the year. These members have shown qualities that are needed to succeed in the future as outstanding FFA and community members. Our secretary keeps track of all the events, CDEs, and community service activities that are done in the chapter throughout the year. These members got their feet wet by competing in CDEs and are on track to have a successful SAE. And what does is asked of them with a smile on their face. Joey Ward competed in more than 3 CDEs this year as a freshman, with one of them being the agronomy CDE at both the section and the state level. Joey was unable to be here tonight, but we'd like to congratulate him on his award. It is my privilege to announce that these 14 members are candidates for the chapter FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before members advance to a higher degree. To be eligible to receive the chapter FFA degree, the members must have received the Green Hand degree, be enrolled or have an approved SAE, participated in chapter events, shown progress towards individual achievement in the FFA award program, and have a satisfactory scholastic record. Candidates, as your names are read, please come forward to receive your certificate and pin.
Jordan Block, Hannah Ekstrom, Andrea Folk, Molly Griffey, Cheyenne Judd, Josh Lindgren, Aiden Sater Olson, Riley Strathman, Mitch Tarnaki, Sarah Ward, Miranda Wilbur, Heidi Wood, and Rondo Ziegler. Let's have a round of applause for our chapter degree winners.
Our secretary, Jessie, kept an accurate account of all events that took place within the chapter, with the help from myself and Jaden, who took pictures at different events. We are fortunate that many of our students are active in all aspects of the school, but still make time for the FFA chapter. We are going to give out the award for Outstanding Sophomore. These students have gone above and beyond for our chapter by participating in meetings, career development events, committee work, volunteer work, and even made time for leisure activities such as volleyball, dodgeball, and Ag Olympics. We looked outside of the officer team and found these members.
The outstanding sophomore this year goes to a member who got more involved this year in different aspects of the program. This individual spent more time participating in CDEs this year partaking in 16 different activities, and worked with the community doing various activities like Tuesday on the Town and the Steam Power Petting Show Zoo. Molly Griffey is the recipient of the Outstanding Sophomore. Please help us thank and congratulate this member for her year of service and outstanding dedication to the FFA chapter. Congratulations.
As you walked in tonight, you may have noticed the slideshow that highlighted the Sycamore FFA's chapter activities over the past year. We want to acknowledge the individuals who placed high in their individual CDEs before we do that. We want to recognize Hunter, who has worked behind the scenes, making sure our videos were ready, music was downloaded, and our banquet was a success. Please give Hunter, David, Ralph, and the rest of the Spartan TV crew a round of applause.
The Sycamore chapter has participated in various conferences and career development events, which are also known as judging competitions. We will give a rundown of conferences or contests attended this year. The team members of various contests, please stand to be recognized when your event is called. Please hold all applauses until all CDE teams and conference participants have been announced. 212 Conference, Joey Ward, Will Haas, Danny Young, Kylie Waltree, Ellie Yoakum, and Kaylin Oldham. Farm Bureau Acquaintance Day / Daha Career Day. Allie Drake, Bradford Edwards, Jesse Mansky, Jaden Slutz, Miranda Wilbur, Sarah Ward, Jared Clausen, Max Griffey, and Jacob Hove. If you placed in the top 10, please come forward to get your medal. Horse Judging CDE 6th place team. Members included Heidi Wood, Morgan Fiddler, Allie Drake, Samantha Lynn, Miranda Wilbur, Sarah Ward, Jesse Mansky, Jared Clausen, Hallie Smith. Land Use CDE 8th place team. Members included Miranda Wilbur, Cheyenne Judd, Sarah Ward, Gretchen Strathman, Mason Clark, Fisher Ratliff, Molly Griffey, Thomas Pitstick, and Rondo Ziegler. Ag Mech CDE, 1st place going to state. Surveying, 2nd place, Jared Clausen. 5th place, Tyler Ekstrom. Electricity, 4th place, Danny Young. 5th place, Will Haas. Welding, 3rd place, Rondo Ziegler. 4th place, Bradford Edwards. Power, 2nd place, Mason Clark. Carpentry, 3rd place, Thomas Pitstick. 4th place, Hunter Ratliff. Horticulture CDE, 2nd place team. Allie Leichmer, 2nd place. Allie Drake, 5th place. Other members included Gretchen Strathman and Sarah Ward. Meat CDE, 3rd place team. Samantha Lynn, 9th place. Other members included Jared Clausen, Jaden Slutz, Cheyenne Judd, and Molly Griffey.
Public speaking done virtually. Jaden Slutz prepared 4th place. Kylie Watry, Creed speaking 4th place. Job interview done virtually. Tyler Ekstrom 3rd place. Dairy Food CDE 1st place team went on to compete at state. Molly Griffey 6th place. Jesse Mansky 7th place. Allie Drake 8th place. Other participants Heidi Wood. Agronomy CDE 5th place team. Tyler Ekstrom 7th place. Jared Clausen 9th place. Other participants Joey Ward and Danny Young. Proficiencies awards, Allie Drake Food Service, Bradford Edwards Diversified Ag 1st place section, Grain Placement and Swine Placement. Jared Clausen Swine Production Entrepreneurship, Diversified Livestock, Production 1st place section. Tyler Ekstrom Grain Entrepreneurship. Mason Clark Agriculture Mechanics Design and Fabrication 1st place section. Max Griffey, Agriculture Mechanics Repair and Maintenance, 1st place section. Miranda Wilbur, Agriculture Sales Placement, Poultry Production, Agriculture Sales Entrepreneurship, 1st place section. Cheyenne Judd, Beef Entrepreneurship. Fisher Ratliff, Dairy Production Placement. Jesse Mansky, Equine Production Entrepreneurship. Heidi Wood, Equine Production Placement. Sarah Ward, Forage Production, 1st place section. Jaden Slutz, Sheep Production, 1st place section. Samantha Lind, Small Animal Production and Care, 1st place section. Please give all of these students a round of applause.
Okay, so we went pretty fast. I wasn't sure how long this would take. So before I forget, afterwards, we're going to exit out these doors, and we have a couple backdrops set up for pictures.
so that we could go outside and take some pictures without our masks on, so you can get pictures of your kids with their awards. There's some different setups. Thanks to Max Griffey, he made an archway. It says Illinois State degree, because that's usually where we take pictures at convention. And since that didn't happen, he brought convention to us and he made an archway. So that's out there, and then we have a section backdrop that we have. It says section 6, but you can always get the big emblem in it, and you can always cut out the section 6 if you don't want that. So before I forget, I want to make sure that you do get some pictures tonight, and I really want to thank you guys for coming. We sat and watched that PowerPoint, and we did a lot before COVID happened. So we're very thankful that we were able to do all that and have the pictures. And we even did stuff after. We had virtual public speaking contests and job interview, and these kids put in time doing those sorts of things, even though it wasn't in person. And I really appreciate the work that they've done to make that happen. And I think that these kids deserve a banquet. These officers deserve the recognition for the stuff that they did all year. And so I'm very thankful, and I want to thank Steve Wilder's here, our new superintendent, and he kind of came in transition, so Kathy said yes, but I wanted to make sure, so after talking to Mr. Reinick and Mr. Wilder, you know, they said yes, let's stay within the guidelines, which we were able to do. Our high school administration has been a big help through all of this as well. We were even able to take a little officer retreat this summer, which we really needed. We needed that time together to refocus and to understand that we're going to move on from this. So I want to thank them. My husband and my kids aren't here tonight for various reasons. My husband's a superintendent, so he's running a school district, and that takes a lot of work. I want to thank Mr. Ekstrom and Mr. Thurwanger on various things, and anybody who purchased plants. Our plant sale was the biggest plant sale we've had. And I couldn't believe it. It was a lot of work because I'm used to having 30 to 40 hands helping me in the greenhouse, and there was 6 hands, and we loaded all the flowers onto flats, and we were able to sell, but people were just outstandingly generous, and I'm very thankful for that. David and Ralph were recognized before, and I appreciate, and Hunter, I was still sending Hunter stuff this morning, and asking him if he could add stuff to our banquet, and so I thank them, and then Alyssa's here taking pictures as well, so I thank you guys for that. At this time, I want to introduce behind the scenes today. We have a new face with us. She got hired this year virtually during COVID. I've grown the program with the help of so many people. When I started in 2007, I was only 0.8, and I did the job program for the other 0.2. And then we've transitioned, and slowly we were able to add Mr. Thurwanger last year, and now we're able to add Ms. Wiedemann this year. So I'm very thankful, and I couldn't do it without the members and the administration. They've allowed me to add classes. Even next year, we're adding food science and hands-on skills that's going to be in conjunction with the ABLE students. So we have some regular education students helping the ABLE students in the food science and the hands-on skills class. So that's allowing us to expand our program even more. So we now are up to 3 full-time ag teachers, which in the state of Illinois doesn't happen very often. And so I'm very humbled and I'm very thankful for Mrs. Countryman, who allowed me to do that, and the high school administration. And I say this nicely, but they really don't tell me no. And I mean that in a nice way, but you know, I do the work, and so then they just say, you're doing the work, keep doing the work, and we'll allow you to grow the program. And so we're thankful to have Courtney on board with us. And there's a lot of people in the audience that I've called on, and maybe watching virtually tonight that couldn't be here, that I call on for help. And Mr. Thurwanger came in, and for those of you that don't know, he was a student here, and he was my student. And he was a section officer, so we became really close, and to have him come back and be able to work here is just, it was awesome. And I think that he fit right in, and it's fun because he has the tie to the community. And so he and I are looking forward to transitioning Courtney in. She moved to Sycamore from Orion, Illinois, and she moved this weekend. So she's here now. She brought her horse with, and so she's here to start the school year with us. So, and lastly, I want to thank the officers. I know it was hard, and it's been hard for some of you to not see us every day and to come into my classroom, but we finished the year, and they were always on the Zoom meetings that we had, whether they were doing it from work or wherever they were. So I want to thank you guys for doing that. And lastly, for coming tonight, all the parents and the members that came. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you appreciate what these guys have been able to do for you. So with that being said, I'll say thank you. We're going to do some closing ceremonies, and then, like I said, please make sure we'll exit out that door, and to take some pictures tonight because we do have some backdrops outside. Okay? Thank you.
Madam Secretary, do you have any record of any further business which should be transacted at this time?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should now properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn the first session of the annual FFA banquet of the Sycamore FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.
bass kick. Let the bass kick. Let the bass kick. Think about it.
I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists.
In the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from struggles of former years.
I believe to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging.
For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny.
I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure.
And in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil.
I believe in less dependence on begging and more on bargaining, and in a life abundant and in enough honest wealth to help it make it so for others and for myself.
And less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me.
I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task.
Welcome to the 92nd Annual Sycamore FFA Banquet. Thank you for coming or tuning in to this year's banquet. This year has had many unexpected turns, but your support for our members is very much appreciated. Banquets are a time for us as a chapter to celebrate the achievements from the year, and we are very grateful to still have the opportunity to do this year. This banquet would not be possible without the support from the administrators, tech crew, our advisors, alumni, and families. Thank you again for your endless support. Much love, the 2019-2020 Sycamore FFA Officer Team. The banquet hall will now come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Sycamore FFA chapter. And for the last time, Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. Historian.
Stationed by the quill.
Why by the quill?
Tradition and history are a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of association achievements and promote excellence through highlighting activities, events, and accomplishments so that our chapter membership is motivated by our past successes and looks to future achievements.
Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duty's there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see the doors open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia, and I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
Stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform that every man, woman, and child should know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the states of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the states of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty's there.
I keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty's there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripen with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 55 members present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Sycamore FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Everyone in the Sycamore FFA chapter will receive a membership certificate to acknowledge their active membership for the 2019-2020 school year. We have 55 members this year that are active in school and 1 member who has a graduate member pursuing their American degree. As I read your name, please come forward to accept your certificate. Please hold your applause until all the names are read. Cole Baumgartner, Jordan Block, Jack Cambier, Jared Clausen, Allie Drake, Bradford Edwards, Shelby Edwards, Tyler Ekstrom, Morgan Fiddler, Imano Garcia, Max Griffey, Jacob Hove, Alexis Jones, Delaney Jones, Ryan Kessler, Madeline Lathrop, Samantha Lind, Jesse Mansky, Jonathan Needham, Thomas Pitstick, Fisher Ratliff, Hunter Ratliff, Jaden Slutz, Gretchen Strathman, and Joey Wolney. Please give them all a round of applause.
State degree. State FFA degree is the highest degree a member can receive in the state of Illinois. This year, Sycamore FFA had 3 members complete their record books, interview, and have been accepted to receive their state degree at the virtual state convention a few weeks ago. The state degree recipients are Bradford Edwards. Bradford kept records on his work at Ward's Farm along with growing and selling of his sweet corn. Jessie Mansky is another recipient of the state degree. She kept her records on the raising and showing of her horse across the state. Max Griffey is the final recipient of the state degree this year. He kept records on his work at Bobcat of DeKalb and was named the Section 6 star in agriculture placement. They may have created some stress from Ms. Pointer and Mr. Thurwanger in January, but everyone finished, and we are so proud of the hours these kids have put in. Altogether, they have 5 books totaling 5,818 hours. Please give them a round of applause as they receive their plaques.
We have 1 American degree recipient this year, and that is Matthew Drake. Matthew's record book has a variety of areas such as beef, swine, turf grass, and working on his family farm. We are sad that National Convention will be virtual this year, but we'll be for sure celebrating Matthew and all of his accomplishments here at home. Matthew is attending Kish College, working on his general education requirements.
Our Secretary Jessie kept accurate accounts of all events that took place within the chapter, with the help of myself and Miranda, who took pictures at different events. We are fortunate that many of our students are active in all aspects of the school, but still make time for the FFA chapter. We're going to give 3 awards this year for outstanding sophomore, junior, and senior members. These students have gone above and beyond for our chapter by participating in meetings, career development events, committee work, volunteer work, and even made time for our leisure activities, such as volleyball, dodgeball, and Ag Olympics. We looked outside of the officer team and found these members. Outstanding Junior goes to a member who's more quiet than most. This student is a huge help in the classroom with her ability to organize and help when needed. She doesn't want recognition, just as what she needs to be done. She was one of the members who went down to the University of Illinois to compete at the state meat judging contest, and also was kind enough to allow us to use her goats for the petting zoo. Congratulations to Samantha Lind on being Outstanding Junior.
The outstanding senior is a person who has grown over the last 4 years. The last 2 years, he has become more active, including attending the National FFA Convention for the first time. His enthusiasm sure shined through during the second half of the Pumpkin Fest parade this year with his cheers. Jacob Hove is passionate about others and makes sure that everyone is included. Jacob, thank you for your service and congratulations on being outstanding senior.
The honorary degree is the highest honor in which a chapter may bestow on an individual who has made a significant contribution in support of the members of the Sycamore FFA and the Agriculture Department. It has always been a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. It is our intent and purpose to recognize from time to time the effort of the community made in our behalf. Madam President, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership can include supporters of agriculture, education, and the FFA organization, and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership.
Madam President, will you introduce the person who is to receive this honor?
Miss Kathy Countryman, our now retired superintendent, your work over the last 20 years in Sycamore has been amazing. You have helped Miss Pointer grow her program from 0.8, which when she started, to 3 full-time ag teachers next year. I'm not sure she has ever missed an FFA banquet or other events that the FFA has held. She was and will continue to be one of our largest supporters. Miss Countryman, thank you for allowing the FFA to grow and prosper under your leadership. You've allowed our chapter to do numerous events, make some changes, and be the great organization we are. For that, we thank you and hope you enjoy your retirement. Congratulations on being added to an honorary member of our chapter. Please give Miss Countryman a round of applause.
As you walked in tonight, you may have noticed the slideshow that highlighted the Sycamore FFA's chapter activities over the past year. We want to acknowledge the individuals who placed in their individual CDs. Before we do that, we want to recognize Kierna, who has worked behind the scenes making sure our videos were ready. Music was downloaded and our banquet was a success. Please give Kierna and Ralph and David, the rest of the Spartan TV tech crew, a round of applause.
The Sycamore chapter participated in various conferences and career development events, which are also known as judging competitions. We will give a rundown of conference or contestants attended this year. The team members of various contests, please stand to be recognized when the contest is called. Please hold all applause until all CDE teams and conference participants have been announced. 212 Conference, Joey Ward, Will Haas, Danny Young, Kylie Waltree, Allie Yoakum, and Kaylin Oldham. Farm Bureau Acquaintance Day and Daha Career Day. Allie Drake, Bradford Edwards, Jesse Mansky, Jaden Slutz, Miranda Wilbur, Sarah Ward, Jared Clausen, Max Griffey, Jacob Hoove. If you place in the top 10, please come forward to get your medal. Horse Judging CDE, 6th place team. Members included Heidi Wood, Morgan Fiddler, Allie Drake, Samantha Lynn, Miranda Wilbur, Sarah Ward, Jesse Mansky, Jared Clausen, Hallie Smith. Land Use CDE, 8th place team. Members included Miranda Wilbur, Cheyenne Judd, Sarah Ward, Gretchen Strathman, Mason Clark, Fisher Ratliff, Molly Griffey, Thomas Pitstick, and Rondo Ziegler. AgMech CDE, 1st place team going to state. Surveying, 2nd place Jared Clausen, 5th place Tyler Ekstrom. Electricity, 4th place Danny Young, 5th place Will Haas. Welding, 3rd place Rondo Ziegler, 4th place Bradford Edwards. Power, 2nd place Mason Clark. Carpentry, 3rd place Tommy Pitstick, 4th place Hunter Ratliff. Horticulture CD, 2nd place team, Allie Sycamore in 2nd place, Allie Drake, 5th place. Other members included Gretchen Strathman and Sarah Ward. Meat CD, 3rd place team, Samantha Lynn, 9th place. Other members included Jerry Clausen, Jaden Slutz, Cheyenne Judd, and Molly Griffey.
Public speaking, done virtually. Jaden Slutz, prepared speaking, 4th place. Kylie Watry, creed speaking, 4th place. Job interview, done virtually. Tyler Ekstrom, 3rd place. Dairy Food CDE, first place team that went to state. Molly Griffey, 6th. Jesse Mansky, 7th. Allie Drake, 8th. And other participants included Heidi Wood. Agronomy CDE, 5th place team. Tyler Ekstrom, 7th place. Jared Clausen, 9th place. Other participants included Joey Ward and Danny Young. Proficiency Awards. Allie Drake, Food Service. Bradford Edwards, Diversified Ag, 1st place section, Grain Placement and Swine Placement. Jared Clausen, Swine Production Entrepreneurship, Diversified Livestock Production, 1st place section. Tyler Ekstrom, Grain Entrepreneurship. Mason Clark, Agriculture Mechanics Design and Fabrication, 1st place section. Max Griffey, Agriculture Mechanics Repair and Maintenance, 1st place section. Miranda Wilbur, Agriculture Sales Placement, Poultry Production and Agriculture Sales, Entrepreneurship, 1st place section. Cheyenne Judd, Beef Entrepreneurship. Fisher Ratliff, Dairy Production Placement. Jesse Mansky, Equine Production Entrepreneurship. Heidi Wood, Equine Production Placement. Sarah Ward, Forage Production, 1st place section. Jaden Slutz, Sheep Production, 1st place section. Samantha Lind, Small Animal Production and Care, 1st place section. Please give all these students a nice round of applause.
Max Griffey was also our star in ag placement for Section 6. So students who got their state degree could be put into a pool for star in ag placement and star farmer. And so Max got a secondary plaque for star ag placement, and I get one to keep to hang on the wall. So this is for Max as well. Congratulations. Okay, so we have some special presentations that we're going to do, but before we do that, I want to do some thank yous. I want to thank you all for coming. Mrs. Countryman and I had a phone conversation early on because our banquet was supposed to be in April, and she just said, hold tight. She said, just hold tight and you'll get to do it, because I think that these kids deserve it. It's not the 250 people we're used to having. I felt like I actually was forgetting something because I'm used to feeding 250 people and having a silent auction and then running a banquet as well. But between Mr. Thurwinger helping me and the officers doing their part with the videos that they did all on their own, the welcome video that Allie did, that's the stuff that I want you guys to see. And I think that's why they deserve to have a banquet. So I want to give Mrs. Countryman and Mr. Carlson and Mr. Wilder a round of applause for allowing us to have this. I want to thank my husband and kids. They can't be here. Some of you know my husband runs a school district, so right now at our household, it's a little stressful. So he's at home doing that part of his job while trying to parent tonight, so he couldn't be here. A couple other thank yous. Tasha and Ben Ratliff have taken the role of barn managers while their kids have been here. And then Brad and Cheyenne Judd have really worked on updating the barn. And the alumni was gracious to give us some money to do that. And it's really done good things. We had some, issues, and all of a sudden Tasha said, let me take over, let me help. You have enough going on. So being her down by the bus barn, that she was able to kind of take on that role, and I appreciate her for that. We had the biggest spring plant sale that we've ever had, which is crazy to me to think. I didn't know what we were gonna do, other than we had every single kid planting that we could on Friday, March 14th. And we got all the plants in. And then I want to thank Mr. Ekstrom and Mr. Thurwinger, because the 6 hands that we had did a lot of work. And we put together over 230 orders that people had placed onto hay racks. And Mr. Ekstrom watered when I couldn't, and Mr. Thurwinger watered when I couldn't. And I just want to thank you guys for that, because, as I said, I couldn't have done it without the support of the community, everyone who bought flowers. But it was really the biggest plant sale that we've had to date. And it's a lot of work, and I'm very thankful for my horticulture kids now that I had to do it all by myself. With the help of them, I'm very thankful for what they do during class. Also, Mark Ekstrom for numerous phone calls this spring, just on different things on what we can and can't do. I was very fortunate to be able to take the new officers in our officer retreat. And it wasn't the typical officer retreat that we could have overnight, but it was what we needed. We needed to be together, and we needed to show them that we can still do and accomplish what we need to accomplish during this time. And so I'm thankful that we were allowed to do that. David and Ralph and Hunter for making the videos. Hunter was still getting videos from us this morning, so I thank him for that. And all the other people that I've called on over the years, there's a lot of faces that have had older members go through that are now graduated and gone, and this might be your second child. And that's a lot of years that we've spent together, and I thank you for that. There's a young lady behind the scenes, and I can say young because she's like 15 years younger than me. This is a new face to our program. So as Allie had mentioned, I started at a .8 teacher in ag, and I was .2 in the job program. And we saw it grow and grow and grow, and about 5 years ago, I think we were able to add a second teacher that was only part-time. And then it turned into full-time, and then we were able to get Mr. Thurwinger back 2 years ago. He's a graduate of Sycamore High School. He was my student. He was a section president, so he's seen a lot. He was able to teach 1 year at Canelan, and then I stole him, and they were not happy. But we're thankful to have him here. It's nice to have somebody from the community that can do, that understands things. And then we're bringing on Miss Wiedemann. So she graduated from Orion High School. It's near the Quad Cities. And then she went to Oklahoma. She went to Blackhawk and then Oklahoma State. And she just moved to Sycamore yesterday. So she's ready to start her career here in Sycamore. So we'll now have 3 of us teaching 15 classes, which is full-time, which is super exciting. And I owe a lot of that to my administration. Mr. Carlson might disagree, but I ask a lot of them, and I very rarely get told no. And it's because we have the kids that we have, and we have the parent support that we have, the alumni, the community. The amount of grants that were given to us this year is just unbelievable. And people ask how we're going to be able to do our classes next year. Well, Christian was able to get enough tools that every kid can have their own tool set for this and their own tool set for that. And we're very, very fortunate to have the community that we live in. And for that, I'm thankful. And I'd like to introduce Ms. Wiedemann tonight so everybody knows who she is. So thank you for helping behind the scenes. So now I wrote, for the senior speeches, I wrote all my cards to the seniors because I can't talk anymore. We've learned that a long time ago, that I just turn into a blubbering mess and I can't do it. So I've now just learned that I just write cards and I give them to them and they can read them later. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna ask for one family at a time to come forward. I'll introduce them and then I'll let them talk about their family. So at this time, and we might just rearrange the order a little bit because I know somebody was working and running a little bit late. So we'll start with Jacob. So Jacob, if you'd like to bring your parents, Julie and Pete Hove, up, please. Jacob will be attending Kish College next year to work on his gen eds. And then he's undecided. He told me, we'll see where life takes me after that. I said, can I say that? He goes, yeah, because he's not 100% sure. So Jacob did also receive his Eagle Scout while he was at Sycamore High School, and I helped provide some of the tools for that, I know. And Jacob really is a big cheerleader for us, so I'm gonna let Jacob talk for a minute. No, you don't have to talk for a minute.
I'll be completely honest, I did not prepare a speech. Cheerleader, yes. I did not bring my pom-poms though, so you won't see any cheer tonight. I guess I'll just start out by thanking everyone. I was gonna say congratulations to all the FFA members, but they're all up here. So congratulations, you guys too. There's a couple of you out there. I guess since it's gonna be pretty hard, for the future for these juniors. Online classes are not the best, especially for people who like hands-on classes. So I just hope they can bear with it for however long this goes for, and I hope they have a good senior year. And then for the seniors, I've had problems with college. I hope you guys haven't, because it just sucks. Yeah, but I hope your college experience goes a lot better than a lot better than the future or past college freshmen, because I feel like we're a little bit better than them. Yeah. That's about it, but I would like to thank Mr. Thurwanger and Ms. Pointer. I definitely would not have been a cheerleader, or whatever they call me, without their support and enthusiasm for me being in FFA. Ms. Pointer still thinks that I am a 4-year FFA member. I would like to officially tell her I'm not. I'm a 3-year, but I was like half in, half out because I took classes with an ag teacher. So I got to know them, my freshman year, but I'm 3 years. So that's about it. I hope everyone else's speeches are a lot better than mine, because I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I'd like to thank them. I know I keep going. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad. Even though he was more scouts and she was more telling me to do everything, I'd like to thank them. I wouldn't be here without them, and I wouldn't be the person I am without them. So I gotta give all my love to you guys.
Good job, Jacob.
I didn't cry, did not cry.
This is for you, Jacob.
Ooh, present.
Yes, thank you. Next, we'll have Shelby Edwards. Shelby is the daughter of Ron and Rebecca Edwards. Shelby's going to be staying in the community next year as she attends Sycamore Life School.
First off, I want to thank my parents for everything they have done for me and supporting me through everything I have gone through, for making everything fun for our family. Thank you guys for supporting me in all my academics and sports. Bradford, thank you for being the best big brother ever I had. I know we will be going different ways, but I hope you know in your heart I will always be loved. I always love you. No one can break our special bond that we have as we go different ways. In our future, I hope you know you can always call, text me anytime you want. Grandma, Grandpa, thank you for everything you have done, for teaching me how to do stuff on the farm, and for baking the treats for the corn stand, and for letting me ride in the tractor, or giving me support through everything I have gone through. KP, thank you for teaching me more about FFA all 3 of my years. I hope you remember what such a good leader I was during high school or outside of school. Hope you all remember me as a leader. T-Wayne, thank you for becoming our second FFA advisor and the ag teacher at SHS. Hope you will make our chapter grow bigger. I hope to come back and see how big our chapter grew. But together we will always be FFA family.
I want you to stay up here. This is for you guys. Because your brother's next, so don't go anywhere, okay? Good job, kiddo. I give you a hug, but I'm not supposed to. Good job, kiddo. And now her brother, Bradford, gets to follow her. Bradford is currently working for BLP Construction and going to finish up his welding degree this fall that he started while he was here at high school, along with getting an agricultural degree. In the future, he hopes to join the local Union 150, the local 150 Operators Union.
Well, it won't be easy to follow that. Thank you to my awesome sister that was always by my hip from day one and will always be to my last day. Also, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always putting up with me and keep me in the house, making sure I'm still alive once in a while, trying to keep food in the fridge. But no, Mom has always been there by my side, pushing me to keep doing things, not letting me quit when it gets hard. And I couldn't ask for a better mom. My dad making sure I knew stuff about life and not just flying by the seat of my pants like I am right now with no paper in front of me. But he's doing a pretty good job for the most part. And they're the best group of family I could ask for, and they always make life interesting and always keep me on my toes. And my grandma and grandpa, Ron and Cindy, I couldn't thank you enough for teaching me everything I know and letting me farm alongside with you and letting me be your favorite grandson. I'm their only grandson, but it's a thought that counts. I'd also like to thank my past employers and all my employers for teaching me everything I know, from farming to cutting trees and everything in between. Mr. Thurwanger, it was nice having you around for my last year. You made it a lot of fun and definitely made it interesting. Miss Pointer, you were like a mom to me. I couldn't ask for a better person to be by my side through these 4 years of school. Don't regret. But no, thank you very much for being there for me and being like a mother to all of us and making sure I wasn't in the principal's office every day and keep me awake in class when you could. But thank you all very much.
See, that's why I can't talk about him in between. It just doesn't work. Allie Drake is the daughter of Tricia and Ryan Drake. Allie will be attending Mizzou University next year, or I guess in a few short weeks now. Man, I'm used to April. It's already almost August. She will be studying nursing with the hopes to one day become a travel nurse. So I'll introduce her parents, Trisha and Ryan, and I'll let her have the microphone.
So mine's for sure longer than everybody else's that has gone, but we're just gonna give it a whirl. Okay. I would like to start off my senior speech by saying that joining the Sycamore FFA was one of the best decisions I made freshman year. Not only was I joining a great organization, but I was joining a new family. I know that everyone always says that the FFA is a family, but the Sycamore FFA is genuinely a family. Whether it was the long days at school and we all needed a break and some laughs, the ag room was the place to go. Or even the late nights at the events, you could always count on someone to make the nights better. My favorite moments were not the long car rides or the overnight trips, even though those were always a great time, but it was the simple times before the first bell, sitting in the ag room just talking about life, which is really sad because next year you guys aren't allowed to do that, but it'll be okay. So with all that being said, I would like to start this sob fest, because I know it's going to be, with my best and favorite supporters, my parents. Growing up, I was pretty shy. I know some of you probably can't imagine that, but I was. My parents always figured I would join FFA since we grew up on a farm and a lot of my family was involved. But what they didn't know and always told me they were shocked about was my involvement and love for FFA. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish half of what I did without them continuously challenging me to be better. I would have never had the guts to become the president of the Sycamore FFA chapter and president of the Section 6 if it was not for them. I would also like to thank my parents for being accepting of all my friends, and normally the reason that they all want to come to my house is because they miss you guys more. It means the world to me that you both have so much love for the people that I hold dear in my life. Now, I know that raising me was a hassle, but to be honest, it could have been worse, right? You had Tyler. In all seriousness, though, thank you for always putting my needs ahead of everything else. Whether it was driving me from horse lessons, shows, or anything to do with volleyball, or letting me drive the combine, or making fun of me because I have absolutely no common sense, these are all moments I will cherish forever, and I love you guys so much. Now I'll move to the FFA family. To all my past officer teams, thank you so much for giving me lasting friendships and moments I'll always cherish. To all of this year's members, I know that the year didn't go as planned, but we accomplished a lot, and I'm so proud of how everyone dealt with the situation that was handed to us. Even though we didn't get the end of the year we hoped for, we still got a great year. Whether it's helping or recording someone throw up while the milk chug was happening at Ag Olympics, for getting our crackers for dairy food CDE, again, or just getting ice cream after about every single event this year. These were always going to be some great memories. For all of you that still have a couple years left, or even if this is going to be your last year, cherish every single second of it because it goes way too fast. On to some of the people that have made me feel like family over the past couple years, like the Manskys, Clausens, Deals, Smiths, Edwards, Watries, and so many more. Your support has meant so much to me, and I love you all so much. Last but certainly not least, KP and Mr. Thurwanger. Thank you so much for always having the best advice and being able to help me whenever I needed it, because we all know I needed it. I will miss being stressed out and needing to go to the ag room and breathe, cry, rant, and of course laugh. Thank you for always telling me I could do something even if I didn't want to or thought I couldn't. You two have made an impact on my life that I will forever be grateful for, and I promise I will be back from college to torment you guys some more. I know that I wasn't always amazing over the years because I was usually confused or not paying attention, but that's fine because you always knew how to make me understand what the heck was going on. Lastly, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to shine and make some of the best memories with our chapter, section, and state. Because without you guys, this year would have been a nightmare. You both helped me so much with being president of the chapter and section, and I have no idea how to ever repay you. One thing I would like to say, though, is that at one of the first state officer meetings as a section president, we were told to pick a core value, and we had about 5 minutes to come up with something that we held true to our lives. My core value this past year was love. I thought of this value because of the love that is shown in our chapter and section that you both helped bring into my life and so many others. I also chose love because we have nothing to offer ourselves or anyone else if we cannot show true passion and love for something. Thank you again to everyone that I've mentioned, or even if I didn't mention you, for even if I didn't mention you. For helping me have love as my core value because of the love you have shown me and made me want to show others. Once again, thank you for a great year, and I love you all so much, and and everyone will accomplish so much throughout the rest of their FFA careers. And also shout out to everyone that made this banquet possible because it means so much for the members, especially us seniors.
Hunter Ratliff is the son of Tasha and Ben, who are here. This summer, Hunter joined the local 582 Laborers Union out of Kendall County. He's working on the pipeline, which is I know where he was, and he said he was going to be late. So he owes you a speech, but I do have something for you guys. I'll give it to you later. Okay. So anyway, thank you guys. I want to give one more round of applause for my seniors and their parents because this is really why we had the banquet, is for those speeches right there. We get to do something fun tonight that I normally don't get to do, and that's the installation of the new officers. So normally we elect officers in May after our banquet is held, and we install them in our May meeting. And so this year we did virtual elections with the help of some alumni, the 3 teachers, our state degree holders, and I think that was everybody. And so we were able to hold virtual elections, and it was just as tough as it is having them in person. They did amazing. So we are going to do installation of officers tonight. So I'll have you girls come up. And then afterwards, we set up 3 photographing stations outside. Photograph, is that right? We have 3 backdrops outside. Max and Jared, along with Mindy Smits, made an arch that says Illinois State Degree. And that's an arch that sits on the state convention floor when we go to state convention. And all the kids that get their state degree walk through the arch, and then we usually take group pictures in front of the arch at the end. Well, we weren't able to do that this year, so they surprised me tonight, and they made an arch. So we have that to take pictures with, along with a backdrop with an FFA emblem and a sign that we have. So we're going to exit out this door when we're done tonight, and then there's places outside where you can socially distance and take off your mask and take some pictures as a family. So at this time, I will call upon the officers, and we get to do something fun, and we get to install our new officers tonight.
Tyler, as president-elect, you have been selected by your fellow members to be the leader of our chapter for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our chapter in its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office.
Jesse, as Vice President-elect, your record of accomplishments indicates you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. You are to assist the President in directing the work of our chapter, preside over the meetings in his or her absence, and keep all committees working effectively.
Jaden, as Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and to carry on the chapter correspondence. You should provide the chapter with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have the custody of the Constitution and the bylaws.
Sarah, as treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and to provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the chapter budget and maintaining sound financial practices.
Miranda, as reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members and be responsible for complying our FFA history.
Heidi, as Sentinel-elect, your duties include welcoming our friends, caring for the meeting rooms and FFA equipment, and providing for the comfort of our members and guests. It is also your duty to assist in conducting meetings and ceremonies.
Jared, as historian-elect, it is your job to help the reporter from time to time and maintain a history of our chapter. Good luck at this office.
Max, as plot manager-elect, you are in charge of maintaining records of plot along with working closely with alumni for planting, harvesting, and spraying of the plot. You are also in charge of working with the junior plot manager and help them understand the job. Max, good luck.
Morgan, as junior plot manager-elect, it is your job to look over and learn from the plot manager, along with helping the plot manager with the plot. Morgan, good luck as junior plot manager-elect.
I now declare each of you properly and duly installed into the respective office to which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and set high standards of leadership for all chapter members. I read the wrong paragraph. It's an honor to be an officer in the FFA from time to time during the year. You may encounter difficult problems, but through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office, and will you do your best to uphold the ideals and responsibilities of the FFA? If so, answer, we do.
We do.
I now declare each of you properly and duly installed in the respective office to which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and set high standards of leadership for all chapter members.
Madam Secretary, have you a record of any further business which should be transacted at this time?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any other new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn the annual FFA banquet of the Sycamore FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in our labor, just in our dealings, and courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.